Okay, hi everyone, welcome to the Stefan Talk Show. So today I'm going to keep this really brief. I want to start making a kind of troubleshooting series where I as I said earlier in my podcast, people make mistakes or people always will find themselves having problems. And I'm just going to this will be my first video where I'll be making, recording how I can troubleshoot some of the issues that I'm having. Now, with that, let's dive right into what's the problem. So I have an MSI 270 RTX 270 Super Trio, and as you know, the ring around the GeForce is not, well, it is working, but it's stuck in this default RGB pattern. And as you know, in my other videos, I was always able to control that. For some reason, I had graphics card issues when I was working with my last video, and now that just has stopped working. So again, I'm just here to kind of fix that, and again, bring you along the journey and seeing if you have some of these similar problems. So with that said, let's get back to PC. Yeah. I'm gonna probably cut that last part out. Alright, so again, we're on my home page here. And as you can see on my desktop, again, you can also see right through the angle that we have, again, the default colors that come over here. Now that's what we're trying to fix. So let's kind of work on this together. So first of all, well, I just want to kind of show you all the steps that I have done to actually correct this. For the first part here, again, normally what I would do, let's say for example, sometimes the I/O, the fan, and also the keyboard, especially the keyboard, sometimes just does not work. So this is not the first time I've encountered RGB problems. Now, normally what I do is first of all, I'll make a separate video on this later, but I have, again, Task Manager, and you can see here, I always open this up when, for example, when this is red, when it's not working, or anything like that. I typically turn that on, so I'll open this. Sometimes it doesn't always work, and then what I do is I default cancel it, right? So again, this is again dragon. This would be, so again, normally what I would do is I would do this and then end it. And then of course, what I would do after doing that is then go back in and it would work perfectly fine, basically kind of rebooting. Now that sometimes works, most time it does, but again, there are moments where it doesn't. Now, I'm trying to use the same strategy, but it doesn't always work here. So for example, I have this here. Okay, again, here's my center, my MSI browser here, as you can see. And again, I have the default here. As you said, as you can see on the screen, I want yellow. Now, again, I'm pressing apply, but as you can see, this stays the same. Again, it's really irritating me. I'm really OCD about it because it's not matching. Actually, more or less, it would be this thing. But either way, it's not working. So what I have done already is, again, normally my first step is, again, have this here. Whenever RGB is not working or any program in itself, it's best just to turn it off. So again, I go to my Task Manager here, and I will close it. And normally that works because it restarts it. And it has happened before. But it just is not working. Now again, let's come back here. Let's see if we have any better luck now, knowing that I'm actually recording. Right. So again, going back to the Mystic Light, and again we want white. So let's see. Again, and just make sure I'm clicking. You can see it hovering over, so I am clicking it. It's just not wanting to work. As you can see here, it's just like that. Now I have restarted it, and again, still doesn't work. So the next best thing to do is to just, again, do something else. So in this case, to update the software. So what I did was, again, there's a nice handy software that I actually just found recently, trying to fix this problem. So again, not Duet, if I can find it. Here. So if you go on MSI, if you go, for example, right, well, actually I'll show you. Yes, support. Okay, here it is. Support. And then, so the first thing I would do is I would make sure that you have downloaded the drivers. So first, you would go here, make sure that you have downloaded the drivers. You go here, go to drivers, check for updates. And again, as you can see here, this has already been optimized, so it still, that rules that out. Also here, what I have done is I have manually, well, before I do that here, also you can go here, and this will basically be like kind of your live driver, right? So again, if you go here, and you go to Windows 10, basically what this does is this will automatically update your BIOS when it at least comes to the graphics card, and also things like that, which again, also outdated software, sometimes it gets buggy. So again, I've done that. It did not work. What I have done, and again, you'll just have to believe me here, is I have also, in this case, turned off. I have, turned off and uninstalled it and then put it back on, and still, it does not work. And for the last thing here that you can see is you have here as well, just to kind of show you, I have none of these settings or anything like that. So again, it should be working. Now, it's just not working, and that is really annoying. So what I'm going to do now is, we're just going to look at something here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see if I can go in the BIOS, and then from there, if I can manually restart everything, and see again if that will fix the issue. Okay. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm back now at the BIOS. Again, I'm on my GoPro, because I have no other way of filming it. So, with that, again, we're going back to the main screen here. So, as you can see here, this is my screen, my BIOS. So, if we go over to Advanced, and we're going to go to Onboard, as you can see here, this will be our main hub for LEDs. So, again, we're going to, in this case, disable this. We're going to then, after that, save and do that. Okay, again, we're back now, and we're going to see if this posts, if the turning off the LED settings in the BIOS worked. And short answer, yes. Yes, it did. As you can see here, this is now yellow. And again, just to kind of give you a little idea what happened, immediately starting up the computer, and again starting up this app here, you'll see that it'll kind of reboot. And when it reboots, it has like a kind of like a hardcore reset button, or kind of essentially it just kind of restarts automatically. And yeah, again, it starts working again. So again, great news for us. Just again, hammer the nail in the coffin. Let's change this to white. Yes, and it works. Excellent. And with that, also let's kind of look with Corsair, see again if this affects anything with that. So I have this already popped up. And again, if we change this again to, let's say another one here. So let's say, for example, Blue Fire. And yes, everything works. So again, if you do have any of these problems, this was at least the method that I took to again fix it. And yes, I hope this helps you figure it out too. Alright, so basically that was it. It's really amazing how sometimes with technology, even though you had it for a while, it's very reliable, it just gets very glitchy. And yeah, sometimes all it needs is just a hardcore reset. So with that said, again, I hope you found this very helpful. Again, I've been actually having quite a bit of problems with my computer lately, so I'm going to probably be making a couple more videos when it comes to kind of troubleshooting and things like that. So again, if you do have any problems, again, why not check out my channel and maybe it's there. Other than that, again, if you found this helpful, again, I would really appreciate that you really smash that like, that you consider subscribing, and also, yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.